David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and normally I'm quite in agreement with the last speaker, but I have to differ on a few little points there about the importance of this House and setting some context around employment relations. And I think there are some important things that this Parliament can do to safeguard the rights of workers, and I think that's an important part. The important part of any parliament, and the members of the Labor Party over there that are trying to trivialise the situation of work, and we know that they are still trying to work out what actually work is in their environment, and it's great to see the members over there in such good mood when they're coming to the end of a week. But, Mr Speaker, this bill does deal with some important issues that have been in the work environment for a number of years now, and especially around the paid parental leave scheme, which has been something that there has been a lot of debate around. And well, you don't want me to go back and disagree. But the paid parental leave scheme has been something that both sides of the House have debated over a number of years. And during that process, a number of arrangements and extensions to that scheme have actually come into place. And this bill builds on that and develops and provides more opportunities for the paid parental leave scheme to be extended, and not only extension in its obligations, but also in the protections that it gives to parents. And I think that's something that all members of this House see as very important for the future of our country going forward. And the main provisions in this bill around paid parental leave have been canvassed quite strongly by all members of the House, and there are some important parts in relation to caregivers and the 12 months and the 6-month changes, and also, as some have talked about, preterm babies. There are important changes there, and something that we do agree with that member on. And but also the eligibility for certain occupations and self-employment and employee status. So that's an important part of this bill. There's also other changes to the Employment Relations Act, and members of the other side may disagree with those changes, but and those changes are very important, especially some of the changes around the Employment Court, which I'm sure those members will be very interested in going through. And then there are further changes in regard to the Wages Protection Act, which is part of the legislation as well, and that's around the zero-hour contracts, which many members have spoken about in regards to paid parental leave. It has been an issue for some years in our system, and something that all members of this Parliament, I'm sure, would want to see a result that is in the best interest of employees in regard to zero-hour contracts, without taking away the need and the ability for casual contracts and casual work arrangements as well. So, Mr Speaker, this bill covers a number of areas in the workplace. It is about providing more opportunities for employees to get more protection. It's doing that in a balanced way, which enables employers to come along with it. It is something that this House can do to make a real difference in working lives, and it builds stronger families and communities, and something which we encourage to go through the House. Thank you, Mr Speaker.